Hi, Deal. Panther in Brazil here. I just finished watching your video about Darfur, and you know, I've had this question for quite some time now. Why don't we do anything? And over this time, you know, I've thought about a few things that might be considerable factors in why we don't do anything as Americans. One of the things is, I'm sure everybody knows this, there's nothing to gain there. We don't have any oil. There's nothing economically there for us. That would be the number one reason why the United States doesn't do anything. Another thing is the education of the Americans there in the United States. We don't really have much knowledge of that area, and we're used to people dying in large numbers in Africa. You know, people see the droughts and the starvation there. So, what's a few hundred more thousand people dying? You know, they're probably gonna die of hunger anyway. So this is just saving them a step. You know, I don't agree with that, but you know, that's probably the mindset of the typical American there. Another thing is, I guess that follows along with racism. You know, we are predominantly a white society, and we don't think about it. We don't think about blacks dying because we think of them as inhuman, because they're dying in so many large numbers, like I said before. So one thing that I would like to complain about is the African American culture there. They want to use this name African American, but yet they don't seem to be caught up on their history about what's happening there. You know, I want to be proud. I want to be known that I'm from Africa. I'm African American, right? And I would be really, really curious to know about how much the African American community knows about Darfur. Very curious. You take the name African American, but you don't really have a connection with the country. But you say that's where your roots lie. You know, this is not a racist thing. This is reality. Okay? That's my thoughts about Darfur. When you were talking about Rwanda, I lived in the States at that time, and I wasn't really aware what was going on in the world, which is the American mindset. We don't know shit about what's happening around the world because we're too focused on what's happening in the United States itself. Only, I would say 2 years ago, did I realize the extent of the atrocities that occurred in Rwanda. I watched this documentary that you mentioned about the book. They did a documentary about it, and I watched it. What was it? Shake Hands with the Devil. I saw this, and the guy is a hero for sure. I can't pronounce his name, this Delier, but he was a hero. But he just got fucked on the whole situation. And in the documentary, he went back to visit. Rwanda, and he apologized to them for not being able to do more. But he did a lot. Now, isn't it funny how this genocide happened 1 year after the release of Schindler's List? Schindler's List was the movie with Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, and it talked about the genocide of the Jewish people. And not even 1 year later, we had the genocide in Rwanda. It makes you think, you know, who's controlling the media there? They should have been all over this story. I mean, genocide is a tragedy. I don't know how to I don't know what to say. It's just boggles the mind how people can let this go on day after day and not do anything about it. So, deal. Thanks for making this video, and take care. Peace out.